to climbing up walls. Man, your life is a mess. You used to wear the pants, now you're wearing a dress. You feel like enough is enough, and you're tired of wearing the handcuffs. Cause you no longer run your own house. You wanna be a man again. Come and join Mouse. Mouse, 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 Mouse. What's up, everybody?
What up?
Welcome to the Mouse Show.
You know.
Men organizing unity to save Earth. Now, we trying to save a lot of people, right?
Yes.
That's why we got the show started.
Yeah.
So I want you to know it's not an environmental show. This show is about men that think alike, that wants to get together and make a change in the world.
Yes.
That's what we want to do. So anyway, I'm King Ricky.
And I'm Barry.
And today we're going to talk about something that is really a trip. But before I talk about this, I want to say these opinions that we express today are strictly opinions of me and Barry. They're not the opinions of our family, friends, co-workers, or our employers. So we're going to get into something heavy today. You might notice my LAPD shirt because I joined the police force last week.
What?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I better say, whoa, man.
But this is about the police.
Yes, it is.
And I want to say that there was a story that I saw up north in California, San Jose, about a cop in 2022 who was sending text messages about how much he hates black people.
Now, who is he sending these text messages to?
Other cops and people that he knew, I guess, in general. I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is this. If you're in law enforcement, why are you doing a job where you're supposed to be protecting people and you're talking about how much you hate the people you're supposed to protect?
Well, my first thought is that maybe he decided to get that kind of a job so he can put more of us behind bars based upon that text message.
That could be it. But let me ask you a question. When a person is that way, and say, for instance, he gets found out, he gets fired, should he be able to work in law enforcement again?
Nope.
And what do you think should happen for them to be able to prevent this from happening?
I think that something should go on their record permanently that if they try to get another job in law enforcement, that is a spot on their record to show that they made a mistake and they should have another chance ever at being in law enforcement again.
Like some kind of red flag?
Some kind of a red flag, something.
I think so too, because I'm going to tell you about stuff that happened to me back in the day. You know, we grew up in the hood.
Yeah, we did.
You know, and we moved out the hood at some point, but I still was going back to the hood for a number of years afterwards. So back then, you know, police would be so abusive, but I think one of the problems is they know that you don't know your rights. And they abuse your rights. And even if you knew your rights, you probably don't even have money to fight them.
Yeah.
Like one time, I'm giving an example. I'm walking down the street. This cop pulls me over, right? I'm not doing nothing but minding my business. He goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing, man. I'm just walking to my buddy's house." He's like, "Put your hand on top of your head." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Spread your legs." Spread my legs. He said, "Okay, I'm going to tell you to open your mouth right now." He said, "And if I see any dope in your mouth or anything like that, I'm going to kick you right between your legs."
What?
Why would you tell somebody that?
Yeah.
You must be crazy.
That's insane.
Who wants to kick somebody between their legs?
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm laughing, but it really ain't funny. That hurts. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that hurts, and getting in between your legs hurt too. That's
Yeah, you know what I'm
even more. But you know what's the trip, dude?
What's that?
Is I'm thinking about, as you telling your story, I'm thinking about the show Cops.
What about it?
Man, do you see what the show Cops was mainly about?
Yeah, I do.
Like you know who they were always chasing, right?
Yes.
Nobody ever wind up being expelled by those cops. Those certain people, they could say what the heck they want to say to cops.
Yep.
You know, they could spit on them. They
Yep.
could call them names.
Yep.
But they still wind up being handcuffed, going to jail with no bruises.
Exactly.
So why isn't it like that for everybody?
But you don't even want to hear the story I'm about to tell you right now. I saw this on YouTube one day. Matter of fact, I think I saw it on TV first, and then I watched it again on YouTube just to make sure I wasn't tripping. These police pulled this guy over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this dude had a gun on his lap. And they go up to him like, "Oh, he's got a gun." The dude said, "Listen, I don't want any problems."
Told that to the cops.
Yeah. He said, "I just want to go home." They're like, "Sir, get out the car, get out the car." He's like, "I'm not getting out the car. I just want to go home. I don't want any trouble." They're like, "No, get out the car." They tried to open the car. He closed the door and took off.
Just come out and just get out of the car.
You release me now.
You can't do that.
Release it. I have Second Amendment rights, David.
Okay. Just get out of the car. Come on, come back here. We'll talk about it.
Excuse me. This right here is the reason
We'll get
myself cast a doctrine. You know that.
We'll get this figured out. Don't do it. Please. Just come on.
Get out of the car, sir.
Just get out of the car. Just step out.
The gun's down.
No, just step out. Just step out of the car. Don't do it.
Get out of the car.
You're on double blue. You know what's going to happen, right?
Just stop.
You need to get out of the car. That's
No,
a
I
lawful
don't.
order. You're going to go to
What,
jail.
a gunpoint? Oh, take me to jail then? Go ahead.
Just come
Now
on.
you're obstructing.
I can't.
No, you're obstructing. You're pointing a gun at me, sir. Right now my life's in threat.
Okay. Well, we have.
I don't even see body cam on this, sir. I'm just going to drive away. I'm not going to bother anybody.
No, you're
Hands
not.
on the seat.
Don't do this.
Nope.
Don't do it. Don't.
Wow. Did they chase him?
No.
What
Dude
did they
went
do?
home.
They just watched him go home. Didn't even try to chase him or
They
nothing.
just looked. He went down the street like it was nothing.
Was he drinking or anything? He just had a gun on his lap.
Yeah, he just had a gun on his lap. I don't know why they put him over initially,
Yeah.
but it don't even matter.
No.
I dare you to have a gun on your lap, Barry.
Right. That story would have been, you would have been talking about my story in the intro.
Exactly.
It would have been bad.
And
Would have been
then,
good.
you know what would have happened?
What?
Because I would have been mad.
Yep. That's crazy.
Because that is
dude.
not right.
That's not right at all, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Is that messed up or what, man?
Man, but it's not surprising to me though, because that's how some people get treated by the cops.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if you look a certain way, you can't really do too much at all to provoke a police officer from doing something to harm you.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
true.
do, you can't, it's a thin line for a lot of us out here in
It
the
really
streets
is.
with the cops. And then other people, they have a broad line that they can do and say whatever they want and get away with things when
That's
it comes
true.
to law enforcement.
Yeah, we have no love whatsoever.
No.
I don't know what the problem is, but, you know, we as black people, we didn't do nothing to nobody.
No.
If you look at most black men are peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a small percentage they can say go to jail, get in trouble, on probation, parole, all that. But realistically, the majority of us do not get in trouble.
Let me just give you some statistics on this, man.
Go
I
ahead.
can tell you that in 2023, there was 1,247 people in the United States that were unalived by cops.
Okay?
Out of those 1,247 people, 27% of those people were African American or black. You know, so it's a problem.
It is a problem.
We're only 13% of the population.
Yes.
It's like 40, 50 million of us. But
Yes.
27% of all the people that were unalived were black. That shows that's a problem.
Yeah.
And that shows that maybe I don't want to put a conspiracy out there, but maybe it's something a little bigger out there looming in the universe is to the reason why so many of us
Yeah.
are getting these treatments by law enforcement too.
I got another story. I mean, probably got about 100 of them, but I'm going to just tell you another real quick.
Uh-huh.
This is a simple thing, too. This is not nothing serious. I'm driving down the street one day, right? And there's an accident. Okay, I don't realize that there's an accident, you know, because you know how the cars all stop. You're like, what's going on? So I'm driving, and we're slowly, cars are turning to the right. And when they're turning to the right, they're going into a neighborhood. So turning to the left, you're going to a neighborhood also. So I'm like, man, what am I going to do? I just want to go barely a half a block. It wasn't even half a block further. It just make a left where I need to go. So I tried to go up, make the left. The cop goes crazy. Turn around! Turn around! I said, this man is crazy.
So he's saying this through the speaker?
No, he's standing outside.
Okay.
Because you know how they have the street blocked off.
Okay.
They got the street blocked off right here, and he's standing right here in front of the cop car telling people to go left or right. He didn't yell at nobody else. I said, what are you yelling at me for?
And there was other people there was other people doing the same thing you were doing, and he yelled at you.
No, they were going left and right, but I was trying to go just a little bit further because there's a street right there.
Uh-huh.
But he didn't want me going down that street for nothing. And it wouldn't have hurt nothing. It wasn't even nowhere near the accident. And he was yelling. I said, calm down, dude.
What did he say when you said that?
He just looked at me. I'm like, this man is crazy. So you mean to tell me a person with that mentality needs to be a police officer over a little guy trying to make a left turn?
You know, there's another statistic where there's a lot of cops. It's like 60% of them have like domestic abuse problems.
Yes.
And the divorce rate is real, real high
Yeah, I
because
know.
it's a stressful job. So look, I'm basically just saying that, look, we understand your job is dangerous. We understand that. And we understand that, look, I don't even really like weapons myself. Like I'm terrible with knives, so, and anything that's sharp or anything that's kind of dangerous, I'm just not good with it. So look, I understand it's tough being a law enforcement officer because you don't know who you're pulling over. Anybody at any given time could be dangerous. You don't know. So I give them credit for doing the job. Right. All we're just talking about with the discussion is that why you're showing some people favor and other people you're not showing favor to.
Yeah, not only that, but you're doing things that are basically illegal too.
Yeah.
But you don't feel like you should be punished for it.
Right.
I saw a story a couple of weeks back. This guy was stealing cocaine.
A cop.
Yeah. He went to jail and all that, but why is it okay for you to do stuff, but then you're arresting people for stuff?
Where was he stealing the cocaine from?
You know how they have it in the locker?
Yeah.
Stored away. Yeah. Somehow he got in there and started stealing.
So when somebody got arrested, they confiscated the cocaine and he knew where to go get it? One of them situations?
No, you know how they have wherever they put cocaine when they arrest people.
Oh.
Yeah, wherever it's stored.
On the scene, you mean?
No. And wherever they hold, I don't know where they hold cocaine.
Okay.
I mean, if you know, let me know. No,
yeah, you ain't lying.
Find out, let me know.
Yeah, really. We won't say it on here.
Just joking. But nah, you know how they arrest people. Say they get 2 pounds or something.
Yeah.
Wherever they store the cocaine, I don't know where that is. But wherever it was, he got it.
And he was using it. Yeah. Was he selling it, using it? Did they know?
He was selling it. Yeah, he was selling it. But, I was going to ask you a question, though. Didn't you have, run-ins with the cops during the times that you were, exercising, just trying to run and mind your own business?
Oh, yeah. There's, the people probably don't know, but I try to exercise a little bit, and I run every now and again. And, yeah, man, sometimes I'll be running, and you can tell someone might have called the cops that they saw a black man running up the street, and you all of a sudden see a helicopter fly over, and that helicopter be flying over the same direction that you're running, or you will see a cop pass you by, and then he might be going the opposite direction, but then he'll turn around and pass you up real slow. And I'm like, dude, you see that I'm probably 4 or 5 miles in. I'm sweating. I'm drenched. Where am I running from? Drenched in sweat like this.
Running from a crime scene.
Yeah, really. That would be real smart to commit a crime in a certain area. And then you see a black man running from the crime.
And then be obvious about it.
Yeah, running miles away from the crime. That would be crazy.
And you're looking around.
Yeah.
Something in your hand. They this guy stole something.
And I'm like, it's all, at the time, too, we have a lot of transients in the area. They cleaned it up. But you have all these transients disturbing the peace, committing all kind of crimes, but somehow you found time to signal me out.
You was running.
Yeah, trying to take care of myself.
Yeah, should have been running, man.
There was one.
Do a walk. Fast walk.
Yeah, and there was one time, I remember it was on a Sunday, because I really like my Sunday runs. And I had probably just did maybe about 9. I was tired, right? So I'm waiting for the light to turn red across the street from home. Mm-hmm. And the light was red, but there were no cars coming. This is a true story. There were no cars coming. So I decided to, forget it. The light's red. I'm going to run. This cop saw me. I don't know where he was, but he came out of nowhere, came and pulled me over, dude, and gave me a ticket. And I was like, dude, there was no cars coming. He was like, well, sir, you got to be careful. I was like, there were no cars coming. And there were people riding their bikes past me, going the opposite direction, no helmets, nothing. He didn't pay them any attention, but he decided to pull me over. I was like, come on, man. I'm out here. He's like, I understand, sir. You're trying to take care of yourself and you're doing a healthy thing, but I have to give you a ticket. And he gave me a ticket.
Of course.
Yeah.
He couldn't let you go, man. Are you crazy or something?
Yeah. True story.
Yeah, I got a lot of true stories. You don't want to hear all of mine. They're crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
I think I got time for one more real quick.
What's that? Yeah, go ahead. We got time.
Okay. I'm driving down the street one day. It's early in the morning, minding my own business. This cop pulls me over, and I'm like, okay, I'm going east. He's going west. Now, mind you, he was about 1.5 miles to 2 miles down the street when I was first even notice him, because you can't tell if it's a cop or not 2 miles down the road.
No, you can't.
All you see is lights.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this dude passes me and looks and makes a quick U-turn. I'm like, I know this dude's not gonna pull me over. He pulls me over, man, And I'm sitting here going, like, why is this dude even pulling me over? He says, when I was turning, I was going north initially. He said, when I was going from north to east, I didn't stay to the lane closest to the right. I don't know how he saw that from 2 miles away,
Yeah.
but somehow, he saw me. You know what I'm saying to myself? How did he even see me? You know what I'm saying? And that was his excuse for pulling me over. And I sat in my car for 30 minutes while he just sat in his car. I don't even know what he was doing.
He was trying to find something.
Yeah, I was
and
like,
didn't.
man, should I call 911? Because this dude's starting to kind of scare me a little bit because I'm sitting on the side of the road. You got your bright lights on. I said, he might try to say he made a move.
Yeah.
And boom, there I am.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's his excuse. So I'm thinking in my mind, is this why you got into law enforcement?
Man,
Do stuff like this?
maybe in his particular case, he was on the shift to where he needed to, because sometimes, they have to get so many tickets in the shift.
Right.
So maybe you were one of those tickets that he had to get.
Well, maybe so, but I went to court and he didn't show up.
I didn't think so. Most of the time they don't.
Yeah, I know. I got a story about. No, we ain't gonna talk about that.
But
anyway.
I know you got a lot of them.
Yeah, I got a lot of them. But do you think though, people that get in trouble in law enforcement should be able to work in law enforcement again? Should they be able to go from one agency to another agency?
No, especially, depending upon, I guess, why they got fired from the first agency and trying to get another job.
Yeah.
Maybe it's depending upon the situation. But if it's a violent situation, no.
I don't think so either.
No, not at
Anything
all.
violent to me, you should not be able to get another job.
Nope.
And that's just the way it should be.
No, you're right.
You can't do something to somebody at your job and then go put in an application somewhere else. And they be like, oh, man, you beat somebody up at the other job. You're like, well, that was at the other job. You know what I'm saying?
No.
They be like, nah, man, this is not going to work.
No, it's
You
going to
might
follow.
do that here too. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to follow us.
And you wouldn't be able to get you another job somewhere else, I bet,
Nope.
if you did something violent to somebody.
It's going to follow. Look at people who, unfortunately, they might get out of prison. That follows them. That's
Yeah.
not fair. It follows them everywhere they go.
That's true. And it don't matter how many years later.
Yep.
You could have got in trouble when you was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Here you are 35. Now all of a sudden they want to be like, oh, man, you got in trouble when you was 35. Dude, that was 18, 17 years ago.
Yep.
Why are you guys holding this against me?
Yep.
That's not right.
Nah, I don't think so either. It's not. So no, in my opinion, depending upon the whatever they did, and if it's something that has to do with harming someone, unaliving someone, then no, I don't think they should be able to get their job back or you get a job in law enforcement at another agency.
I don't
No.
think so either.
No.
I mean, the thing that's crazy to me is how they go through so much to even get the job in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you go through all this stuff to get the job, and then you decide to become corrupt?
Well, I think that's probably is kind of like politics, because politics, people start off they want to do the best they can for their community, right?
Yes.
And they want to do the best they can for the city, and then they want to do the best they can for the state, and then for the government. But once you get in there, it's so corrupt. I'm not saying you have to become corrupt, but it's so corrupt that there's almost like just no way out. And some people that are weak, and they'll wind up just start doing illegal things just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I think some people do have the intention of wanting to follow the law and do the right thing, but it's so corrupt. The higher you get, man, it's not going to stop. It's not going to ever stop. It's just too corrupt. That's for what I
Well,
think.
you know what? There's a thing that you guys are probably going to hear me say a lot, and that is this. Most people are followers, and most people do what they see other people doing. And so I think nobody wants to be the person that stands up to something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be like, that's not cool. We shouldn't be doing this. Everybody be like, well, they're doing it. I'm going to do it too. And unfortunately, that's the way human beings are. Like, they see somebody doing something, and they want to be a follower to whatever that person is doing or other people are doing. And nobody wants to be the person that speaks out because they're looking at you like you're a rat or something.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be the rat.
Nope.
And so, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So we both agree that if you do something serious, that you should not be able to work in law enforcement again.
I agree with that.
What about security guard?
Well, what can a security guard do that's bad?
All kind of stuff. You don't want to hear what they did to me, do you?
A security guard?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Well, some security guards, do they carry?
Yeah, some do.
Okay, now what security guard are you talking about? And just anyone in general?
Any security guard, whoever can carry a gun. I see security guard do some stuff to people too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want to be cops real bad.
Yeah.
I mean, so some of them, they really want to be a cop. They be like, well, I can't be a cop, so I'll be a security guard.
So you know what? I probably would go with what I mentioned about the law enforcement officers. Then if they do something real bad, then they shouldn't get a job being a security guard again either.
I don't think so either, because I feel like this: if you're working in the public and you're supposed to protect people and be there for people, and you're using that badge against people, it's not right.
No.
And you on a power trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or something is wrong with you.
Yep.
If you're doing things to people that's not normal to do to human beings. For you to be able to even shoot somebody and do it in a situation where you're all the way wrong, something has to be wrong with you in the first place.
Yeah.
And so some of these people, I think something's really wrong with them, and they really don't deserve to be in law enforcement.
No.
And I know that you have people in the world that's like, oh, I don't believe that because it's their cousin, it's their brother, it's their uncle, it's their father. So they don't want to believe that this person that they're related to would ever do anything against people to harm them or anything wrong. But they're not going to act the same way with you as they do with somebody on the streets.
No, right.
Because, eventually we'll talk about some more of my stories. But yeah, I've had a lot of run-ins with the police, and these are not made up stories. This is real, and a lot of my friends, same thing, so we'll probably get into that another time. But right now, you know what it's time for, right?
Yeah, I know what it's time for, Playboy. The Bonehead segment.
What's up?
Well, this is not necessarily directly law enforcement, but this is a 911 operator.
Okay,
so there's a woman who is and was a 911 operator in the city of New Orleans.
Okay.
People would call in, and 911 is to kind of like help people out. You call 911 if you're maybe if you're not feeling well, you call 911. If there's an emergency, somebody's in trouble, you see two people fighting, you call 911. They're supposed to be there to protect the public, basically. Yes. Another branch to protect the public, right?
Yeah.
Well, this lady was hanging up on people. This lady was hanging up on people, this 911 operator.
What?
She was hanging up on people, man. Yeah. 25-year-old lady she was hanging up on people when they called 911. I've never heard of that in my life.
Okay, did she even listen to what they had to say?
A little bit, but if it got too, I guess she couldn't stand a stressful situation, so she just started hanging up on people. So people called in and let the office know what she was doing, and she wound up actually just leaving the town, and they're actually looking for her right now. She's at large.
Did they call 911?
Well, well, if they did, they probably got a tape recording because she wasn't there. But yeah, man, this woman, I'm going to give her the Bonehead Award.
She deserves it.
I'll say. I hope she don't come to my town. Now, does she deserve to get her job back?
No.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Because if something happened to me, I would not want somebody call 911 and she's the one to answer the phone.
Oh, man, really?
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
So we don't need that.
We don't need that.
What's up, friends and family? I want to know what's on your minds. Do you think that corrupt police officers who shoot people, cause bodily harm to people, show to be a straight out racist, or just outright violate people's rights, do they belong in law enforcement? Do you feel like when they get fired, they shouldn't be able to work for another agency again? Hit me up in the comments and let me know what you're thinking. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And you can also follow me on Longwood Mouse. So we're going to go into the 10 Mouse Commandments. You want to do number 1?
Yes, I will. Mouse Commandment number 1, thou shalt not let a woman tell him how to drive.
Mouse Commandment number 2, thou shalt not ever hold your woman's purse while shopping.
Ooh, man, that's crazy. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I don't do it.
Mouse Commandment number 3, thou shalt not ever wear pink.
Mouse Commandment number 4, thou shalt not ever wear skinny jeans or sag pants past your butt.
That's crazy. That's a sound now, too.
I hate it.
Man, Mouse Commandment number 5, thou shalt not ever say happy wife, happy life.
Commandment number 6, thou shalt not ever wear fingernail polish, makeup, dresses, or women's underwear.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that, man. Mouse Commandment number 7, thou shalt not constantly text or call his woman to check in.
Mouse Commandment number 8, thou shalt not give a woman the password to a cell phone.
No, that's crazy. Dudes do it all the time too.
Yeah.
Mouse commandment number 9, thou shalt not let a woman treat him like a child.
Definitely. And finally, number 10.
Number 10.
Thou shalt not wife up a woman with a high body count.
Ooh, man, that's tough.
Don't fool yourself into believing it's okay.
Yeah, dudes be going for that all the time too.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
No, it ain't. Just because she look good and it's good, don't mean it is good.
Exactly. But they say all money ain't good money.
Nah, no, not at all. That's crazy.
But I just want to say before we get out of here, man,
What?
if you're already going by these commandments, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the club.
Yes.
But if you're not, and you want to be a man again,
Come and join Mouse.